Welcome to the Real Dad Podcast. I'm Dave.
Hi, Mark.
I'm Joey.
And I'm Brian, and we're ready to dad.
I'm
we
tired.
are so
Let's
ready to dad.
Where
Let's
have
dad.
we been? That's what I want to know.
Where have we been? We've been everywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Where haven't we
Nowhere.
I mean, there's been some juggling around,
Yeah.
some sicknesses that have gone through families, some car troubles and
shut
mouse
your
troubles. in
Shut it.
The
Too
recent. Okay. One thing I wanted to start off this show with was
A prayer?
another year has gone by.
Oh.
And
don't like
I
where
just
this is
wanted
headed.
to thank
Oh.
all of the listeners that take the time to press listen and get through these episodes. The feedback that we get from you guys means so much to us, and it keeps us going on what we're doing. Again, we're just documenting our lives and hope that this helps our kids one day and helps us be better parents. But the fact that there's now a community forming that we're starting to engage with and get involved with means so much to us. So thank you for listening. If we could ask you to hit a like, a subscribe, and you can leave comments now on Spotify. We may not get back to those comments because who knows if we're checking Spotify, but if you do, I
I'll be
imagine
there.
it
I'll
helps
be
our
there.
engagement, which
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
more people listening to the show. We just want to reach as many dads, as many parents as possible to be able to continue to grow this community.
Yeah, hold on. Shut up for a second.
Thank you.
The two things. Reviews, we need them desperately. So
Yeah.
people
So
that
bad.
leave reviews, I like more
Yeah.
than people that just listen and do nothing. So
That's
thank you
facts.
for that.
Yep.
And then the other thing, shit.
You were pretty confident there.
Your next red light, leave a quick review.
Nope.
Because you're listening while you're driving. Just next red light, pull up the phone, quick review.
No. Next red light, set a reminder on your phone using Siri, hands-free,
Sure.
to leave a review when you get home and stop driving.
So,
Yeah, that wasn't it.
well, Mark thinks of the second thing. You can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram as well.
Yep.
And I wanted to there was a guy named Liam Coughlin.
We butchered it. We practiced this before we hit
Coughlin or Coughlin? I don't know.
Coughlin.
Coughlin.
We don't know how to
Liam,
pronounce your name.
who just started following us on Instagram. And I just reached out to say, hey, like, thanks for following along. We've got some fun things
That's
planned
what
for
it
the
was.
new
Shut
year.
up for a second. Anybody.
That's just my job, just to give them time to think.
I'm surprised the amount of feedback that we get is always humbling. But the lack of top podcast ranking lists that we're on is
on the Spotify
extremely disappointed.
Yeah. That's facts.
So I'm back on. I think there's like 8 people that listen to this tops.
If
Yeah.
we were on your Spotify Wrap as one of your top
That's
podcasts,
my Christmas present.
and you did
yeah.
not share that on social media for us, then we're disappointed in you.
Yeah.
Anyways,
you did
shedding
a
a tear.
disservice to yourself and the show.
Back to Liam.
Liam wrote this nice little message to us. And Liam, if you're listening, you could write this as a comment on Apple Music.
Just saying.
Would be great.
Just saying.
He said, thanks. I just recently became a dad in September and have been listening to your guys' podcast almost daily now. Each night as I'm feeding my son and getting him ready for bed, I have the podcast playing through my headphones. You guys have helped me realize a lot and reflect on myself, the relationship I have with my wife, and just how how it is to be a parent. I am truly enjoying the comic relief that you all provide while still talking about some serious issues.
Oh, what a
So
great
thank
dude.
you, Liam,
Perfect.
for those kind words.
Yeah,
That's
very
the goal.
much sums
Just
up the show.
copy, paste into Apple Podcasts, leave us a star
Spotify.
review
I'll
of
do
you
it.
feel is good.
Zero shame. I'll do that.
And thank you.
Stealing.
And I wanted to get this out of the way early because sometimes we wait too long for
Yeah,
it.
that's okay.
is it?
We've
Yeah.
gone another year, and Regal Ideas.
Oh my God. No one's
Thank
listening to
you.
this episode.
No, they
for
are.
the
They
support.
love it.
I'm just getting it out quick.
Oh my God.
Thank you
that's
for
what
the
she
support, Regal Ideas. We love your railing systems and what you do for us in this community. And thank you to the Kawartha Home Hardware Group for supporting us and this podcast as well. We want to help the dad community or the parent community because we have some wives and mothers that listen to us as well. So thank you very much to sponsors and listeners. We are very grateful for another year of podcasting, another year of sharing our crazy stories and our life that we are, I don't know, rolling down a hill.
And we're
bungling
proud of our
through.
2024. We
There's
set
only
it to
3
be more
people left.
consistent this
There's
year.
only 3 people
Yeah.
listening now left.
So
from
all
the
3
eight.
of you, we
Well, there is a
appreciate
fast
you,
forward. That's all good.
and we look forward to being consistent the same way we were this year in 2025 to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
To keep this train on a truckin'.
Best thing about being a dad podcaster is that your kids just constantly give you content.
It's true.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you? Would you consider yourself a podcaster?
We've been doing this for like 5 years now. We have how many
Oh,
episodes?
120 at least.
Over 50,000 downloads. We are motherfucking podcasters.
There's 131
So
episodes.
I wasn't gonna bring this up, but something funny happened. Like my daughter is 7, so she's at an age now where like she loves YouTube.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, it's kind of what I do for a living.
Just a little bit, yeah.
But she can't wrap her head around
You being
me being a YouTuber.
We were just watching YouTube the other day, and a commercial came on. I'm like, what the fuck? There was Mark on my screen.
So my
was
neighbor,
great.
same thing. She was like, she's like, I saw you on a YouTube, and then I was like, now you know what I do for a living. But it's funny because you know how kids like embellish and stuff like that.
yeah.
So then now my daughter goes to school and she's like, my dad's a YouTuber, and like they're like, okay, pipe
not the
down.
kind of YouTuber they want.
Yeah, no, not at all. But I just thought it was funny that that's like an aspiration for
Yeah.
kids. It's not like lawyer, firefighter, doctor. It's like, I want to be a Logan Paul.
Yeah. A little Logan.
Anyways,
As I said about kids giving us content for days, there was a few podcasts ago where I talked about how to handle a situation with a little boy liking my daughter.
Oh yeah.
yeah, I
Not
Yeah.
what
it
Dave would
hasn't
do.
disappeared. She's going to the dance together tomorrow.
how old are they?
They're 7
7.
years old.
Sounds like he's putting in the work.
Dances?
I'm just saying.
She apparently asked him to go to the
Oh,
dance.
wow.
That's not surprising,
Yeah,
actually.
no, that's her motive for sure.
The youngest screws you every time.
You need a
They're
hose.
just so cute, so adorable.
That's why you don't have the third right there.
So they're going to the dance. We're gonna
Good
find
for
out how
her.
that
She
goes
knows
tomorrow.
what she wants.
She does.
She's getting after it.
What 7-year-old goes to a dance? What kind
They
of
got a
dance are we
school
talking
dance.
about?
The school dance.
Do they leave room for the Lord? What happens?
I don't know.
Gotta make space for
don't know,
Jesus.
I don't
sure
wanna
hope
know.
What are they
Yeah.
playing? Danny Go, the Wiggles?
So tomorrow is party day at their school. Our kids go to the same school, so I'm aware of this well. So it's New Year's party day is how they're ending off their year before the Christmas break. So that is the whole theme of the school tomorrow is New Year's party day. So they're having a dance that is a New Year's party dance.
Do kids actually ask other kids
I
to go
don't
to the
think
dance?
so. It's a
Okay.
thing. So that's just either way they were both
Not in-
going to the
not in
dance
your
with the
daughter's
class.
world, yeah.
But for them, they're probably going to hold hands
But
on the way
like,
there.
Fair.
do you remember any of your school dances?
Yes.
Not till older though.
I remember
One of them I
grade
had
9.
But that's what
grade
I mean. Like,
5.
These go up to like my son's grade 7. They're all
Yeah.
doing it together.
don't
We had a
think we
grade
went
5,
in that
6 split, and we had a dance in a portable.
Oh wow.
Just pushed all the desks
Country
to the
living right
side.
there.
Yeah, that happened.
not even
That's
mad,
a real
I'm
thing.
impressed.
Grade 7,
Seems like somebody
Dave
should have been arrested
remembers
for
a
that.
school dance.
Oh yeah.
And when you get the slow dance with your crush or something, you build up the courage to ask them.
I had too many rules for that.
And I can remember, like, you have your hands down there around the lower back.
Oh,
and
yeah.
You're like, pinky is like, how low can I go?
In
Get to
grade
that,
7?
like, butt hump, and you're like, oh, baby.
That's a butt hump.
Song ends, and you're like, oh, yeah, don't move. Nobody move.
Oh, God.
And
I'm
just
not
a
ready
couple
for that.
years later, Dave met his wife.
It's Joey's sister.
It's funny because it's true. They could have met at a dance.
I was in grade 9 when I had my first kiss at one of those pervert dances that you just described.
Yeah.
And red wine was on, and I distinctively remember. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
I used to love going to those dances. That's
Yeah.
the only
Yeah.
reason why.
Yeah. But no, I only remember them when older, like grade 7, 8, beyond that. Like I don't remember kids being there unless they were there and then left. I don't know. I only remember being grade 7
Yeah,
and 8.
our school had a middle school, so we were grade 6, 7, 8. So that's
gotcha.
kind of different.
And you went to You guys didn't go to Wheelies?
No, 100% you went to Wheelies.
Oh,
we
yeah.
went to
The
Wheelies.
snowball?
David of North York.
All right, girls and boys. It's time. Gentlemen, I'm going to need you on the left-hand side.
It's like in my brain.
Get ready.
He's
for the
nailing it, just so you know.
snowball. Ladies, find your man.
So
And
it's
then
a rink where
Usher
you
comes
wear-
on.
Yeah.
This is at Wheelies.
100%. Yeah.
They would
Snowball.
They would host a school, and then near the end they would do the snowball. So you'd have to.
I don't know. I would stress about that all week coming up to it.
I never got picked. Never got picked.
Oh, go to the bathroom, boys. Like you check out right as you know that's coming along.
No, I usually ended up picking a girl, or no, she would pick you.
Yeah, you had to. So basically, it was
Yeah.
they would play music and you skate around in circles, and then you, as the boy, would line up against the wall, and
Yeah.
then the girls would come up and like grab, and then you would skate around in circles holding hands.
Oh,
And then when the song was over, you just let go of your hand and frig off.
Yeah.
But it was so loud you couldn't talk.
But
Yeah.
it was exhilarating.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, the amount of anxiety. I think that's where my anxiousness comes from.
You've also never let go
90%
of
sure.
a hand fast enough. Then when the song ends,
You know what's funny? though?
Sweaty hands too.
Yeah.
It's just
Oh,
super sweaty.
sopping wet.
What's really funny is Robin, my wife,
Okay.
says she used to go to wheelies all the time. And I used to go to wheelies all the time. There's a very good chance
Oh, wow.
that we used to just wheel the gut. Well, I don't know if there's a good chance, but
It could have happened.
yeah, I didn't hit my
Possibility.
peak back then, so I don't really know. I don't know.
No, she drives in cars and he drove in cars too. So
Yeah,
there's a
they
good
could
chance
have
that
driven
they
together.
could have driven together. Yeah.
Listen. Listen.
Anywho's, school dance tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
I'm
Good luck
happy
with
for
all
you.
that.
Are you chaperoning?
Nope, I'm going to be at the spa, so I'm not going to think
Yeah.
about it one bit.
Oh,
but
Not even for a
you
second.
needed something to talk about on the podcast, so here we are.
My wife kept asking me what I was doing tomorrow, and I'm like, "Are you gonna make me say it again? I'm going to the spa without you. All right?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but I'm also really, really not sorry.
My wife was pretty
It's
upset
happening.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. Really funny story that has nothing to do with dadding.
Okay.
But Claire messaged me.
Okay.
I was like, "Are you going to the Pro Laws thing?" And I was like, "I wasn't invited." And then she just put a like Homer going back into the bushes. I'm like, "It's all good. We're going out tomorrow for dinner. It's fine." Anyways, what I did want to get your advice on though,
Yeah.
is how do you discipline your kids? Is it different with your sons than you do with your daughters? And I'll give you a little bit of context. My son, his daycare provider, has been on mat leave for the last 3 months. So he's been home. His routine completely disrupted.
Yep.
And sometimes we're very good at giving in. Other times there's things that we have to do that we got to get done. We try to give him at least 20 minutes of like our undivided attention. But his mood swings are something like I've never experienced in my whole life. And I don't know what anybody else says, but like daughters are way more docile, in my opinion, than sons are at that age. Like my daughter's much more emotional. He has big emotions, but he like filleos and he like chooses violence
Oh.
to get them out of there. So I'm like super worried about what happens.
Like
He,
he'll come at you swinging, or he's like
Comes at you
tantruming,
swinging.
like just arms and legs on the ground.
no arms and legs on the ground. He's big emotions, big tears, and he just starts throwing haymakers. He'll start smacking, and when he gets
he wants to
super
fight.
excited, his first initial thing is to bite. So we've kind of been on him about that stuff, where he opens his mouth and puts his hand on you, or like his mouth on you, but he doesn't clamp down. It's like he
That's
has
his warning.
but that's
warning
his.
shot.
He's just like,
It's like when a dog does it.
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Just letting you know you could. You know?
Yeah.
If I wanted to.
But it's hard because I like the whole gentle parenting thing and stuff is but like there's sometimes I'm like, boy, I'm gonna knock you out.
Yeah.
You're 3 years old, and it's gonna get us canceled if I say that out loud. But I'm real wanting to. You know what I mean?
It is interesting to know like what a kid needs as far as
Yeah.
discipline, like whether or not he's wanting some pushback or not. Like he wouldn't know what he wants. He's a little
Yeah.
child.
It's
Yep.
like
But he's trying to find a boundary, kind of, right? Like he's
Yeah.
pushing. How much can I get away with? Can I smack dad and everything's okay?
No, I
Okay,
don't-
that was okay.
he's
Well,
like-
can I do this?
the emotions get so overwhelming for him that he can't control. Like he doesn't.
Yeah, it's blackout.
So like for example, yesterday, we want to walk his sister to the bus stop, he didn't want to come. He didn't want to go. He wasn't ready. He just didn't want to. Then it came time to go, and it was like he wanted to go. I'm like, dude, you can't. You're in your diaper. Like there's a whole bunch of things going on here, and he lost it. We got him dressed, and then we just didn't make it, so the girls had to leave.
Right.
And he's like not kicking and screaming on the ground, but he's like trying to go for the door. He's doing all these things. He's screaming at the top of his lungs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm doing everything in my power to like be calm, be the voice of reason. I'm like, do you need a hug? I'm trying to like the thing. And then the only thing I could think of was like, his favorite movie is The Grinch right now. And the one with like Cumberbatch. So I put that on and I turned it up to like 40.
Right. Just to try to snap him out
Just
a
to
bit.
snap him. And it worked.
It's a great movie.
But and then he kind of does this, and it's like he forgot about it.
Right.
And then I'm not kidding you, like I start turning it down. So he goes, Dad, that's pretty loud. And I was like, yeah, you know what? But it is loud. And then I turned it down, and he was totally fine.
Right.
But then I was just like,
You don't have a TV, you can always
what
crank
do I
the Grinch
do?
on,
But
right?
what do I do? Like, and it's at the point it was like when it's me, I don't really mind if he gets physical, but when it's with his mom, and when as he gets older, like I went down the research rabbit hole.
Okay.
That's a thing. Yeah.
And they all link it to nutrition. So like his nutrition is shit or sugary or all that stuff, then we have to scale it back. But he's just like
I think it's developmentally normal. Like,
think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all of my kids have been like that.
I
So
feel like I'm raising Satan. Like, it's so dramatically
that's
different than my daughter.
exactly how it feels every time.
Yeah.
There's no, and it doesn't get easier. I don't find, like, every time it happens, it sucks and it's terrible. And
But how do you deal with it though?
it depends on how I'm feeling.
That's a fair answer. Yeah.
If I'm in a good mood, then I'm just like, yeah, you'll figure it out soon enough. The hitting specifically, I usually just hold their hands and say, I'm holding your hands to protect myself and I won't let you hit me. That's usually how I go about it.
What if he throws a headbutt?
Well, I just
get him back.
You can hold him away from you. And then if it persists, like if he keeps trying, then, or she, whoever, then I would just take them and say, like, I need you to take a minute in your room, and like take them to the room. And sometimes they'd try and run at you again and run out of the room. And I would just like keep putting them back on their bed. And
Oh, see, I think we're built different. I go straight to anger, and I can't.
well, I get angry for sure, but I don't know. That's what I do. That's my method, I guess.
No, it's a great method.
Definitely still anger in there. Sometimes I can do it with lots of patience, and other times it's like a firmly
Grab by the shoulders and lift up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah,
I don't know,
Cooper's very similar
but Leo has like worked his way out of that now. Like now,
that's good to know.
now he'll like go to his room. He'll get really like he'll scream or whatever and run to his room. And like 2 minutes later, he's back out and it's like nothing happened. It's like you're a little Jekyll and Hyde, but I'm glad that we're here.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it used to be way, way worse. So
See,
I think it just takes time.
that's comforting.
They're learning how to cope with
Exactly.
their
Yeah.
feelings and understand them. They don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is definitely an element of control because I can see how he tries to the thing, but like I remember being afraid of my parents, and he has zero
No fear.
to the point where he's like, "Can I have a snack?" And you're like, "No, buddy, you've had enough snacks." He's like, "I'm just gonna take one then," and he walks to the thing, and I was like, "No, dude, like you're not going to." He's like, "Watch me."
Yeah.
And these are real conversations that I've had 6 times today.
Right.
And then I'm just like, I'm not built. I don't have the patience for this.
But
Like,
it's just because like you can still have consequences and stuff.
Yeah, he's
'Cause,
testing
like,
your boundaries there.
He's testing a boundary and he's trying to see what he can do and what he can't do. It's a matter of like the consequence doesn't have to be a smack or something. The consequence can be something else. I don't know though what that is.
But how do
Well,
you
it's
do
what
it
they
without?
connect it to, right?
at
how
that
do you
age, do they even understand what a consequence is? Or
Not really. I think the timeout is something that can grab onto pretty quick. At least my kids did. Like
What's
this
a timeout look like for you then?
So we have the stairs. So our stairs is our timeout spot. It is he's gonna go there. I'm gonna sit with him in front of him. I'm gonna wait till he calms down before we can have a discussion. So it's I'm here for whenever you're calm. we can have this discussion. Now, Cooper is very similar to your son, I think. Like,
Yeah.
he gets physical quick. When he gets upset, he wants to punch and he wants to headbutt me.
Yeah.
And that's because that's our playtime too, right? Like,
Yeah.
when we play
We
rough
wrestle.
with each other, and he
Yeah.
loves that. But he has now associated that with, now I'm angry. All right, I know this can get a reaction out of you, so I'm going to start swinging. So that's the same thing when I try to get him into timeout. Then I'm trying to get out of timeout. I'm going to start throwing in some headbutts if you're going to grab my arms. Like,
Yeah.
he tries to get out of there. I just, again, very similar to Brian, like, try to stay as calm as you can. That's going to be dictated by the situation and where my head's at, right?
Okay.
But it's, nope, we're staying here for now. We're doing this. And then now, with Cooper being 4, he's about to turn 5. He does have a bit of that, excuse me, reasoning, and I can initiate. So for us, we go with like more of a, you're losing something then. Like, your consequence is going to go to either losing dessert or losing TV time. And that's still working for us.
Okay.
And he's at the age where he can connect those things. So it's no, what do you mean no? You got to escalate. And then if this continues, or if you're just going to do that, we're not going to have TV time tonight. And so far, that is still working for us.
I just have a really hard time identifying with what you're saying because Cooper is just like the cutest, most adorable kid in the world who could do
To everyone else.
no wrong, in my opinion. Cooper is my favorite.
But you're the fun uncle.
No, I know. I
Yeah.
don't get to see the other side
Oh,
of
he
Cooper.
shows
He's
that
just
everywhere
freaking
else.
adorable.
I see
love
that.
this kid.
He's my favorite kid when we're out and
He's
about.
the greatest person
All
ever.
day,
I
every
love
day.
this kid so much.
But at home, when he's headbutting you in the nuts, he's not your favorite.
But it's also to say, because I must have gone through these phases, but I don't remember them. So that's like when
That's-
you're talking
that's-
about it, I'm like trying to remember what we did or what happened.
It's encouraging.
And like I remember Ben, like he had to have had some of these tantrums and stuff, and I don't remember how we dealt
Well, that's
with it. or how we
comforting
did
too.
it.
If I get through a point in life where I don't remember
Right.
them,
Right,
then
yeah.
I
And
feel like
Parenting
that's
in a
win.
nutshell, right? That's why we try to figure out why we do it, like why we have multiple kids, right? When you're as the mom who, if they give birth, like how do you do that again? And you just friggin' forget. You forget
But
the
also,
bad times.
you didn't have a podcast where you dissected it
Exactly,
every day.
yeah.
It is true.
I don't know how I dealt with it.
So
It is true.
Because now with our youngest Abby, when she like has like a meltdown or like a tantrum or she's crying and like she'll work herself up into a cry that she can't get herself out of sometimes, where I'll do that similarly, like distract her with something or I'll match her energy. So like she was,
You start crying uncontrollably.
yeah, it's really fun.
That's
so literally
very interesting.
This happened, must have been 2 days ago. My wife was out and I went up and my 2 daughters were playing Barbies together and they don't play together that very often. So I went up to tell them that it's time to go to bed and Abby was pissed because she's like, no, don't stop this. Like Aria doesn't play Barbies with me very often. Like I don't want this to
Right.
end. And I'm like, but she like instantly went to like, no. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, like it's time to wrap up your game. Like maybe start putting your Barbies to bed and
Yeah.
start doing that. And then she started freaking out. So then I just went, ah! I laid down on my back and I crawled out of her room into the hallway. And then they just looked out the door like, what the hell are you doing, Dad?
Dad's doing it again.
Whoa. Do you see? Do you see?
Yeah.
My other daughter tried to solve the problem and she said, okay, well, they all died in a car accident. They're dead. And I was like, no, you're not helping. So then Abby was in a meltdown because she just killed all the Barbies. And I was like,
That just went from bad to worse.
it went down a whole different rabbit hole of having to bring the Barbies back to life to deal with that situation. But just try matching the energy and see what
I
happens.
don't know if
That
I
wasn't a super great example
I
to
mean-
be able to try it out, but you know.
It's pretty fun to match, though.
We should say this is not advice.
Yeah,
We're not an advice giving
If you've come this
podcast.
far and you're still looking for advice, that's on you at this point.
Come to the wrong place.
Because we still ain't it.
My son was at the bus stop. He has a John Deere tractor. We got him for his birthday. It's
Okay.
like a little ride-on one, and he shifts it into bunny gear and drives off to the thing.
Nice.
And my neighbor Howie, shout out to Howie, I know you're listening.
Yep.
He was, I wasn't there, but he was saying like the funniest thing had happened is he drove his tractor to the bus stop, but the battery died on his way home, and it was just like stuck. So my son gets out and has his hands in his pockets, and right now he's got like a plaid like jacket with like a
man.
Carhartt, like an orange
No
Carhartt thing on,
way.
and he's like looking around, and then he kicks the tires. He goes, "This old thing."
I love that. That's so good.
And he's like, so how he's telling me this? I'm dying laughing. Robin's like, no, for sure that 100% happened. Like, I don't know where he comes from. And he's like, this whole thing, and he kicks the tires. And he couldn't
Did the exact thing he was supposed to do.
But like
That's so
that's what
good.
they do.
Yeah.
They go from that tantrum where you're like, why did I do this? Why did I choose parenting?
Yeah.
To like that moment like
Yeah.
that where you're like, this kid is adorable.
I'm gonna
He's
remember
so
that for the
cute."
rest of my life.
Yeah. But
It's-
it's like their brains are literally trying to figure out how to deal with emotions and
Everything,
situations
yeah.
and everything. Yeah, where it's like you tell them no to something, like, what do you mean no? Like, this is the thing that I wanted to do. How can I not do it?
But-
and they don't have the ability to reason right now
So what I
at that age.
in the rabbit hole told me that they can't. I'm not a science person, so there's something with that relates to their sugar intake, to their inability to control their emotions.
Interesting.
And when I look at our kids' diet, it's not necessarily something that I'm proud of.
Right.
What, something funny?
Something got him.
My daughter's been eating Cheetos, and I've been calling them her carrots. She's got a bowl of Cheetos, and I'm like, oh, look at you, you're eating more carrots. She's like, they're not carrots, Dad. I'm like, those look like some delicious carrots. That's our health regimen at home right now.
So it's just matching your energy.
orange.
That's all that's happening.
That's what it's funny because my son will say, take chocolate milk, and he calls it kids' coffee now.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, you want to pour me a coffee?
That's adorable.
What? And
I
he's like,
love that.
kids' coffee in the fridge there. Yeah, you want to pour me some of that? I like it black. And I was
I
like,
got some tractoring to do.
whoa, he's a farmer. You
Yeah.
gotta call him a farmer.
Okay,
It's-
fair enough.
His name is Farmer. I don't know where
There's
I was going.
100% correlation between nutrition, but also I've seen a ton of stuff where it's like kids are tiny furnaces. They burn calories just by existing.
But my thing is, like, if I don't know how much energy I need to put into this battle, because that's what it is
Oh, yeah.
between my
Yeah.
wife and I. Because sometimes I feel like if I bring that up, because she does
nutrition.
yes,
Yeah.
she does the grocery shopping
Oh,
and
yeah.
she does
Yeah,
the
it's a
majority of the
no-go.
thing.
It's not worth the fight.
It's okay.
In my opinion, it's
Well,
not
because
worth the fight.
you're looking at two fights here. It's that one of like remaking your nutritional balance and the food identity of your kids, and the fight that you're going to have with your kids trying to get them to eat healthy food.
But I don't know if it is that, because if they want snacks and all we have is like healthy food, then sucks to be you.
If you want to see
punch
my
the shit out of
kids
you, though.
not eat for days, that's a good way to do that.
But I think, like, I don't know, and
Get their
it's
carrots somewhere.
Cheetos. It's just from.
Bad dad.
I mean, sometimes yeah.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Sometimes yeah.
We're trying to be better. Doesn't mean it's working. But we're trying.
Wait, can you call? Does it work
There's
the
no
other
such
way?
thing as perfection, all right?
Matching my child's tantrum energy.
Does it work the other way? Like, can you call carrots Cheetos and get them to munch down on those?
No, not a chance. Not a chance.
You did it.
At what point do you do that enough where they're just learning the tantrum from you?
And what does Joy do when you actually got 4 of them to deal with?
We need to have Joy on the podcast. That's the problem. Like, how are you dealing with all four kids
This
in
whole
your-
thing?
They're going to start recording that shit and posting it online.
Our first fight when we got married.
Tell me
He's
more.
got the giggles.
Tell me more.
She was going out to a girls' night, and she had made these butterscotch squares for the girls' night. And then when she was packing them up to go, I was like, "Oh, cool. Can I have one?" She's like, "No, they're for girls' night." It's like, "Well, can I have just one of them?" "No, I made these for the girls." I'm like, "They're not going to notice if one is missing." And she basically said no to me for having a treat, and then I had a tantrum. That was our first fight as a married couple.
And then she said, let's make 3 more.
And here we are, 2024, in the Kenny household.
my God.
All 4 kids screaming
It
on the
would be
ground.
hilarious to get our kids together and
Hear
just-
them tell stories.
Yeah, let's tell stories about. Oh yeah, my dad threw himself on the floor and had a seizure one time because I didn't want to brush my teeth.
It's so much fun though. I see why they do it.
See what they, I don't think joy is the motivating factor.
I'm not kidding you, because there's a very good chance that this shit's gonna happen to me tomorrow morning. I might just set my phone up at fucking 7:45 and do just that.
Run into the front door.
See what happens.
Give
It
it a
throws
shot.
them off. They see the
does.
ridiculousness of it, and
It could work.
helps shake them
It
out
could
of
work.
it.
I could see it. Yeah.
I do it with
It's worked.
loudness.
Yeah.
When my kids like yell, I yell back, but like in a comical, and to let them know, I can be louder than you. It usually works. It snaps them
I
out of
don't
it.
know. It's just sometimes like today, my daughter comes and she's like, "Can I have a snack?" And I was like, "No, you don't need. What did you have in your lunch? Did you eat everything?" Yes. And then we call them healthies, and then the other stuff. So you got to eat your healthies first. I open it up, all our healthies are there.
Right.
And I was like, "That's why you're hungry, because this stuff will sustain you. You just
Yeah.
crap." And whatever this was crap. She goes, "Those are meat sticks. They're not crap." And I was like, "They are crap." And then she's like, "No, I'm telling mom." And then she runs away and tells mom. And then mom comes to me like some kind of pissed. And I was like, "What just happened?"
How did I get in trouble through all of this?
I just thought of another one that I did recently.
Tell us, Dave. Just give it to us.
So my wife was sick for like a month. She had that
Yeah.
like cough that wouldn't go away.
Walking pneumonia.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
had like fevers, everything. It was probably a version of COVID. So I had to do some of the shopping. Now every time I go shopping, I get butter tarts. That's something I do.
Yeah.
But I went with my daughters, and we're in the checkout, scanning everything on the thing, and my one daughter Aria is like, "How come when we go shopping with you, we get whatever we want, and when we go shopping with mom, she says no to everything?" And the teller behind me turned to me and was like, "It sounds like she's complaining about that. What is she complaining about? I'm going to go shopping with dad every day." And I was like, "Right?" Because we're walking down aisles and they're like, "Can we get these powdered donuts?" Yup. "Can we get ice cream?" Yup. Let's do it. So my poor wife, she's usually at the grocery store and it's like, of course, there's a fight at the grocery store with the kids because you keep saying no to them with everything. They go shopping with me. There's no problems. Just get the Gushers. Get the thing. She's being all conscious about how much we're spending on things, and then dad goes to the grocery store. Oh man, I've been a great dad.
Like we said, not advice. Don't
I'm
say
just the
do
yes
we do.
man. I'm the
Yeah.
yes dad.
Who's the better grocery shopper in your household? Because I don't know what it is about me, but every time I go to the store, I come back with a haul. And Robin's like, "How much was this?" And I'm like, $100. She's like, "How the hell?
Right.
Do you imagine?" I was like, "You don't look at the price. Just put it in the cart. If you need it, put it in the cart, and you'll
That's
be
me.
surprised.
That's me.
You will be surprised at what it comes up to. You're sitting there nitpicking and nickel and dime and everything, and then you get up to the thing, and it's $600 for crying out loud.
Yep.
Expensive.
Well, I don't think I would spend. Are you saying you spend less than your wife?
I spend 100% less than.
Oh,
my
I
wife.
would spend more for sure.
Come on.
It's a good thing that Maddie does the grocery shopping.
Really?
I spend more.
She
just
price
buying the
she
crap.
price matches and does all that.
Yeah,
like-
Robin does too, and I'm still under. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Well,
getting
I haven't
less things.
tested the theory because I never grocery shop. So
Mark's just not scanning everything. He's like,
if I'm in the
way
grocery
easier
store,
if you leave.
possibility.
Or
Very
he's
good
just buying
possibility.
what he wants to eat, not the rest of the family.
Yeah.
if I'm in the grocery store,
You shop for other people.
That's crazy talk.
there we go.
What do you mean?
Family shop.
Doritos,
Yeah.
beans, chocolate milk for the kids.
Chicken rice broccoli.
That's it.
If I'm in
easy,
the
guys.
grocery store, it's like just can you pick up this on the way home? So that's why I go to the grocery store. But it's
Yeah.
always mine's just the $1 chocolate bar at the checkout. I always cash in on that.
That's your
my
contribution.
little
Yeah. I like that.
yeah. And then I eat it and like dispose of the
Oh,
evidence.
you got to. No, that
So
can't be
fast.
seen by anybody.
That
No.
she never gets my receipts.
She's got them now.
Can I pay for this separately? I'm gonna do cash for that. Actually, this is on the card. That's on cash.
Do you have like a go-to?
Look around.
Like a go-to thing you gotta get when you're at the like when you're at the register or something? Like, is there something?
Not
that-
at the register. Mine's
Reese's
the
O.
butter
Henry.
tarts. If I have to go
Butter
into the
tarts.
bakery aisle to get bread, then I am getting butter tarts.
You
What
don't
kind of
to
butter
get-
tarts do you get? You get the ones
Pecan.
with the pecan.
Yeah.
That's the
I'm a
classic.
sucker for
That's a
pecan.
classic.
Pecan
Good
butter tart.
pecan
Oh.
tart.
One of those.
Get it in
With a
ya.
little
I'd
whiskey.
suck the farts right out of you. You don't need whiskey on everything,
Just a
Dave.
little.
Jesus.
Butter tart and whiskey, they go really well
No,
together.
I think you got a problem, bud. What about you there, Joe?
Chocolate bar. I'm just a sucker for chocolate bars.
what-
So if I'm if I'm having like I'm snacky and I'm going through the cash, it's either gonna be Hershey's cookies and cream or Butterfinger. Are like
Interesting.
my
I knew
top
that
two.
about you.
It's my top two, but I will smash any chocolate bar that I hold no.
I love O. Henry's.
Same. I'm not picky when it comes to
Yeah.
chocolate bars, but Reese's O. Henry is my favorite.
O. Henry's.
The
bomb
Reese's
O.
baby,
Henry's are
and a
just
coffee
phenomenal.
crisp. I could mess up a couple
Yeah.
bags.
Yeah.
It's the problem at Halloween time. I muck those.
Yeah,
send
you're,
mine your
you're
way.
set with the coffee crisp
I
on
I
Halloween.
crush those.
I'll send them to
things.
you. That's the bottom of my totem pole. I'll eat it if I have to. Don't get me wrong. It's still got chocolate.
Kit
over it,
Kats
but-
and coffee crisp are always what's left in
Yeah,
our
Yeah.
kind of like Kit Kats. But where I was going with this
Yep.
was I had a Werther's candy
Okay.
the other day.
Yeah.
Werther's.
Werther's,
Yeah.
Yeah,
little
caramel.
yes.
Yeah.
The nostalgia
Oh,
in
yeah.
those things.
Bring
I
me
haven't
right
had
back.
one of those since Port Perry Baptist Church.
It brings back like I smelt mothballs
Oh, yeah.
and like all sorts of shit. I didn't even know I could. You know we're recording this, right?
I
Like
know,
video?
yeah.
Okay, just
Dave's
over
just
here
hanging
running-
out on
his
He's
phone.
having a
It's
business meeting over here.
He's doing something though. He's got that smile on his face.
Yeah,
Like,
how
he's
many-
doing something.
He's
He's
seeing
saying,
the whole
Joy,
friggin-
I apologize.
I'm doing some reflecting on the podcast right now.
I mean, this is just throwing a bomb into the podcast, but
Okay.
a fun thing that I've seen people do: blind ranking things.
Oh, yes.
okay,
yes.
gotcha.
So, Joey, big chocolate bar guy.
Yes.
We can put you. You can all have a vote, but Joey's gonna be the final vote.
That's fair.
I'm gonna name off 5 chocolate bars.
But I have
You're
to,
gonna have to rank them 1 to 5, not knowing what's coming next. Okay. We're gonna start you off with Kit Kat.
Oh, see, that's low. That's low for
5.
me. Kit Kat,
That's 5.
That's got to be 5.
Kit
The only
Kat's
thing for me would
underrated.
be if there was coffee crisp, it would be lower for me.
No,
To be
just
honest,
it's blind rankings. 5.
Kit Kat's got to go 5 for me. Yeah.
Okay. Twix.
That's still
It's got caramel. It's got some crunch.
That's a 2, maybe.
I probably I
gonna
thought
say
in
4.
at 3 probably, but I'm
good-
scared
that's a
that it
safe
could
bet.
be
No,
4.
no, no,
I'm
you're
scared
good,
that
you're
the
good,
top
you're
3
good.
could be top
You're
3s
good.
though.
I'll be your.
There's
I'll
a
be your
lot of
angel.
good chocolate bars left.
I'll be your
right?
angel.
Yep.
You ready?
And I
You'd lock it?
don't know if I am ready. I don't.
I've never seen Joey this stressed out before.
Chocolate bars we're talking about here. I don't want to piss anyone off. You're gonna throw in Glossettes or something stupid.
Scenes.
Boys, this is important to me.
Just say a number,
We're going 3.
goddammit.
We're going 3.
Three?
We're going 3 with Twix.
Okay,
I
we
like
got
Twix.
Twix at 3, Kit Kat at 5.
Yeah.
We've got Snickers.
Oh no!
See, there's so many good chocolate bars left.
Number 1. That might be
Really? It's up there. It's a good hearty meal. I've had that as a meal replacement
That's a
many
number.
times.
That's number 3.
That has been my dinner on the golf course more than 5 times.
Joe Pesci. Joe Pesci. You're not yourself, Joe.
That's going number
Have a
2 for me.
Snickers.
That's
Okay,
going
now
number 2.
we've got a controversial one coming up
Oh,
next.
motherfucker.
no.
Why'd you
This
do
is
to me?
apparently, according to ChatGPT, lands in the chocolate bar category.
Okay.
Toblerone.
Oh, that's
Oh,
That's
well,
a bar
good
of
thing
chocolate.
you left 4 open.
It is delicious, but
Yeah,
it's got to
well,
go 4.
It's
does
kind
have
of a
to go 4.
seasonal one, right?
Toblerone.
Like,
not.
it comes
It's
around
definitely
this
not
time
one.
of year.
The thing
That
is, you get
giant
sick of it.
Toblerone bar, though?
Yeah, it's Christmas.
I go
Yeah,
through
it's
2 of those each December.
I feel like when you turn 60, you enter a Toblerone era.
Werther's and Toblerone become.
Shut the fuck up about Werther's. When was the last time you had one? I'm telling you right now, it'll take you to a place you didn't even know you needed
It would
to go.
take me to my grandma's house. 'cause
Grandma's
that's
house.
where-
100%. And sometimes you need to go to Nana's house.
Okay, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
Those
I
and
touched
pink
your-
peppermints.
Dude,
pink
I've done-
peppermints also
the last
do.
2 weeks, I think I've eaten a bag. I mean, like a fucking 190 gram bag of those things. I just made me miss my grandmother so much. Anyways,
That's
back to the
sweet.
list.
Okay, so
Okay.
what are we at here?
So right now we got Snickers at
There's
2.
one left.
We got Twix at 3. We got Toblerone at 4, and we got Kit Kat at 5. We're going number
the
1.
one
I
spot
only left the
is
number 1 spot.
Mars bar.
No,
How do you feel about
there's
that in
no
the one
crunch.
Snickers is better than Mars. Yeah.
He knows.
I'd probably swap those two.
I like the mini Mars, like at Halloween. I find
Just
them
the-
better than the full bar.
I find I'm
one
a
bite.
big fan of Mars
But
because I
you
don't have
suck
it very
and
often.
You left the
got
one
no
spot
nuts.
open. You weren't willing
You
to
could have
lock it
given me
in.
better. You
It's a
could've
nougat.
no nuts.
Nougat's good.
What can we
Nougat's
call that
Yeah.
segment? Random shit.
Just let's talk chocolate.
Let's
That's
talk
all-
chocolate.
that's all that
We're
is.
only gonna do one.
All right. Yeah, that was it. Just the top 5.
What a
I just thought I'd
fucking
throw that at
turn
you.
of events. Where do we go from here?
He did say, "I'm just gonna throw a bomb."
No,
at
I
it."
know, but it was like
Joey said he has a
mid-conversation.
story.
I'll go somewhere from there.
Let's take us
so
into a whole
we're,
other
we're in the
world.
shopping. We're in the shopping run.
What a spaghetti plate of an episode this is.
You have no idea this is what I've wanted for so long, though.
This
Just to
episode's
sit
called
down.
Shits and Giggles. That's what it's
Shits
called.
and
That's what, and you're about to find out why it's called
Snicks.
shits.
Oh, okay.
so
Exciting.
Uh-oh,
we
here
went.
we go.
We went.
We haven't brought up poop in a long
We
time.
haven't. So, and that's surprising for us. I feel like it used to be a staple of the podcast.
It is.
When did you start sitting like this, by the way?
My whole goddamn life. I've never
At
not
what
felt like
point
this.
does this become comfortable? I'm just looking around and I literally, I'm like, why the fuck is he sitting like that?
now
And I
you're
look
doing
down and I'm like, shit, I'm sitting like that. It was like, who sits like that?
didn't realize you were sitting
No,
like
I didn't. That's some sort of dad stance if I've ever seen it.
I don't know. I've always sat this way.
I couldn't. I was like,
So
why is he
I
playing
can't-
with his hat?
I
Like, it's
can't-
so
I enjoy it.
uncomfortable.
It's better than this.
Well, I guess it is because I sit like it too. Sorry for that.
We're gonna start this episode with, all right, sit down, have a drink. It's about to get weird.
We're not
Well,
even drunk. Like, we haven't had that.
This episode.
It's a good thing you asked for those reviews at the beginning of the episode because they're
facts.
afterwards now.
That's facts.
This way is
It'd
better
be
for your
zero.
member. You know.
Yeah,
good
no,
for the
totally.
hips.
I can't sit like that.
I cannot cross my legs physically.
I cannot believe that I didn't realize I was
Get in
sitting like
here.
that.
Come on,
no,
boy.
there's too much
Nope,
thigh.
nope,
in
nope,
this
nope,
situation.
nope.
Nah, you're great. Oh my god. No, it doesn't stay there. What?
Like instantly, I looked at you completely differently when you did that.
And it wasn't good. I can tell you that much.
Go home and sit like that in front of your wife. I dare you.
He will not be getting any tonight. So we wanted to go shopping for couches. Okay. So we took out the family because we thought this should be a family affair. We should all do this together. So
That
it was
didn't happen to
beautiful
your
little
old
Saturday.
couch, did it?
There's
No.
a lot of opinions and emotions.
There's a lot of opinions, but we wanted the kids to be because they were emotionally attached to our couch. I didn't know this about our kids.
They
but
get
we were like,
emotion-
hey, we want to go look at couches, and they both broke down in like elephant tears.
That's
and I'm
so
like,
crazy.
it's a couch. And this isn't even like the couch that we've had since they were born. We bought it a year ago. It's just a shitty couch, so we want a new one. Don't buy them off waiver. So we go to the couch store. We go to the furniture
You
spot.
go cozy, man.
Oh, so many cozy couches. We're loving life. This is the cutest shit. It's a Saturday, family of 4, the $1 million family with a boy and a girl. I've got Coop on my shoulders. We're walking around, having a great time.
Oh, no.
Murph and Meg go off. They're looking at another couch.
Oh,
I'm just
no.
cruising around with Cooper up on my shoulders. He starts to sink back a little bit.
Oh,
We're like,
no.
okay, I still got the ankles. We're fine here. I stop at one point. I'm kind of looking out the window. I had one of those moments. I'm like, this is nice. I'm out with the family.
You forgot your child on your shoulders.
no,
He's up there and I'm
has
fine.
he's got
And
a
he goes,
bag of shit on his
He
shoulders.
goes, Dad, yeah, I just pooped. Pardon? Can you say that again? I just pooped. And I was like, do you mean you tooted, buddy? He's like, no, I pooped. I was like, I don't know what to do now because you're up on my shoulders.
And
so
he's
I just
fully
slowly
potty trained,
picked
right?
him up, fully potty trained, slowly picked him up, and so no diaper on, just stood him down in front of me, and he's just looking up at me with just pure innocence.
He doesn't
and I'm
give
like, so just want to clarify here.
He gives lots of them, apparently.
Yeah. I'm like, did you have to fart and you farted and you think you might have? He's like, no, I feel it in my underwear. I pooped. Like, oh, that's, I didn't
there's
feel
no-
it on
yeah,
my
there-
back.
yeah.
So yeah, I looked over at Meg across the store and she looked at me with a smile on her face, again enjoying the beautiful family moment we're having. And I just pointed at him and just shook my head. It's like, you're not, no, you need to come here and this is happening. So yeah, brought him out to the car, pants down, just a little fucking turd in his
Oh,
underwear.
like a solid poop.
It was a semi-soft turd.
Oh, that's good for you,
Yeah.
for sure.
So-
What do you
the
do with a
liquid didn't
semi-soft turd in the streets?
So thankfully, we still have some preparedness inside the car. So we have
Yeah, you
wipes.
got it.
So we
You
grabbed the
have-
wipe, grab the underwear, bag it, and we're only 5 minutes from grandma's. So we put in the call to grandma. Hey, we're en route because he's still now like, well, I got more poop. That's probably going to happen. So we go to grandma's, unload, carry on.
There's a lesson in here.
There is.
You always have wipes.
Oh yeah.
Some sort of bag.
Yep.
We have a potty in our
Ooh, that's a move.
like
That's
one of those
intense.
Porta potties.
one of those little tiny, not like a
Yeah.
full blown like blue loo or anything like that.
Up on the roof.
Sugar's full.
Just open it up and drive 100. It'll be fine.
You know those little tiny
Yeah.
potty training things.
Yeah.
So we keep one of those in the trunk of our.
potty.
I did potty training, porta potty. Yeah, we're good. We call it a potty for crying out loud. But you can go crazy far with it and like use kitty litter.
I've heard about that.
But total game changer.
Yeah.
Because now you go on like long drives or whatever. I gotta go to the thing. And you pull over. You always have something.
Yeah.
And a way to get rid of it. So
That's it.
My mind went down a real path there.
Blessings.
like you,
They've never actually like done it in kitty litter though.
like what are you talking about?
Like if you used kitty litter.
Have they
No.
used it?
No.
Okay.
Kitty
I was
litter's
gonna-
in the bottom of the bag. So I've
Just
seen
for
it
the
set
smell.
up.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
For like road trips, I've seen people set it up with like
Yeah.
even like one of those like the beautiful home hardware buckets, the
right.
pro bucket, where you put like a little toilet seat on top of it,
Yeah.
even, and then you've got multiple bags of kitty litter for road trips if you're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah. Fair enough.
Actually,
You're
you
going
know
on
who
drive.
I learned that from was oh my god, no, his name. He was on the podcast while you guys were in Vegas. Wrote a book. He coaches
Oh,
Sean.
Sean Van Dyke.
His wife
Yeah.
has MS.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he when they would go on trips or
that's right.
anything, that's where he would do it. The bags.
Smart.
So you put a bag down, kitty litter at the bottom,
Yep.
and then another one kitty litter on there, and another one kitty litter.
So
on
you
there.
just kind of pick them up
Boom,
and go.
boom, and then you just shoot, and then you're
Pop,
gone.
pop, poop.
Yeah.
Smart.
So I'll do that next time and maybe hold that on my shoulders and sit them on top.
Yeah, no, I don't know. My son is obsessed with farting now, so
Yep.
he farts real good.
Yeah.
And we're filming a show. I was filming a show, and the camera guy let out like one of them silent ones, and he goes, "Yeah, it's something like that, but it's smell." And he goes, "Does anybody smell that fresh bread?" And everybody goes,
Got him.
the smirk on his face, and I was like, I have 5 brothers, and no one's ever come up with that before. That is sheer brilliance.
Do you guys do cup of cheese?
No, but
Fart and then
Yeah,
cup of cheese.
cup of cheese.
Yeah, our kids will do that to each other and to me.
but he just
Farting is very open in our household.
yeah but like we're at my daughter's ballet dance, and he's just ripping farts,
Nice.
and then
Oh dang.
and he just starts laughing, and then he gets a rise out of Robin. So Robin's like, "Calm down, dude. Like, you can't be just ripping farts." And then all of a sudden he's just like, and they're like they're loud farts.
He's not hiding it.
And then he
making it
goes,
work.
"Ha ha! I just farted." And then, true story, my neighbor's watching her daughter
Mav
right
is
beside.
doing this or the neighbor?
No, not
the adult?
No, my son,
son,
is doing
okay.
it, ripping
Yeah.
these
I don't
like
know why. I thought for a
grown man
second-
farts.
Okay.
And my neighbor is like on Robin's side, and Mav goes, "Ah, ha, ha, I just farted," and the neighbor goes, "Oh my god, I thought that was Mark." What the hell, man? Not the ballet, for crying out loud.
I'm not gonna miss being out of the diaper stage,
Yeah.
but there's one aspect I will miss, and that is every time Crew, our youngest, goes missing for a while.
Okay.
It's like, where's Crew? He's very quiet. He's taking a shit.
Yeah.
And then it's just finding where he is. This morning was hilarious because I'm like, Crew, where are you? We have these 2 doors, like our laundry units in like a double door area. And it's like not a very small, like big space inside the room. I'm just calling his name and all of a sudden he just like, the door like slowly opens and he just like peeks his head out. I'm like, are you done, buddy? And he's like, nope. And then closes the door. He's just like squatted down. I'm just like, I'm gonna miss those moments. They're just so funny.
Just not gonna miss cleaning them up.
Yeah, no, not at all.
This whole thing.
Nope.
I mean, yeah, they make you want to headbutt them sometimes, but
Yeah.
they do. It's what life is all about. I tell
That's
you.
it. And then they break your heart in other moments.
That's it.
It's just what they do best.
1 minute
So,
they're
yeah.
shitting on your shoulders, and the next minute they're the reason
to
why
the
you start a
dance.
podcast. You know?
Yeah.
So thank you, and this has been our thank you episode
Yeah.
for listening to this podcast.
What a treat! What a
You're
treat!
welcome.
we appreciate you all so much. If you could please leave a review, leave a comment. Something we would also love is feedback.
Yeah.
If you want to hit us up with a message, something that you like, something that you've been wishing we've talked about, like a subject matter, whether you like it when we have guests or whether you like it when we just shoot the shit like this. We love feedback. We want to be able to tailor this to you, the listener, and the new dad or the experienced dad out there, because we're going through all different stages of dadding.
Absolutely.
Well,